Every parent knows that the first year with a newborn is both hard and fun. Your baby always cries, says nah, and grabs their ears, but you don't know what any of it means. Luckily, experts have figured out what all of this means, and I'm here to give you the clues. You'll need to figure out what your little bundle of joy is trying to say. First, let's talk about how your baby cries. For the first 4 months of life, crying is the main way babies tell you what they need. Here are 7 types of cries to listen for and what they mean. A call to action. Have you ever heard your baby cry for 5 to 6 seconds, then stop for 20 seconds? They're not looking at an ad. This is a call to action. This means that your baby has been alone for a long time and needs your attention very much right now. If you don't answer right away, you'll hear this interesting cycle of crying again and again if you don't. So pick your baby up and give them all the loving they need. Hunger cry. This cry is a lot like the calling cry, but there is one small difference. If you don't go in right away, the screams will quickly get crazy. Your baby may also start turning their head and making smacking sounds with their mouth. This is not what was in the movie The Exorcist. This is a clear sign that a pain cry is in order. Once you've heard a pain cry, you'll never mistake it for another. This crying is flat and constant, but small hysterical outbursts mean the pain is increasing and you should call the doctor as soon as possible. This kind of crying is also very loud, unless your baby is too weak to make noises that loud. A physiological cry. Babies have gas, poop, and pee just like we do. This can make them more uncomfortable than you think, but luckily they usually let you know right away by whining and squeaking as they cry. A cry in sleep. Babies also have trouble getting to sleep. Sometimes they just can't. I can relate to the old saying, I slept like a baby, which means I was calm and quiet the whole night. Well, it means I went to sleep and woke up every 2 hours to cry. Yeah, well, in this case, they're crying. It sounds like they're upset and whining, and then they yawn a lot. Babies who are tired often rub their eyes and ears, so this is another red flag. A tear of pain. This crying sounds very angry, and your baby may also be fidgeting, flailing their arms and legs, and arching their backs. This usually means time to check their diaper or change their clothes. They might be too hot or too cold to cry over. This is a very common one. Your baby cries. You do everything you can, but you still don't know what's wrong. Simple, your baby is just angry or bored. Take them outside or around the house for a walk. Play a hand or two of poker or something. Nah, just kidding. A simple change in the environment can quickly stop the crying. Now that you know the different ways your baby can cry, it's time to talk about the other sounds he or she makes. All of these strange noises have their own meanings. Australian pediatrician Dr. Priscilla Dunstan has been studying early childhood sounds for more than 20 years. During her research, she looked at babies of different races who were 3 to 4 months old. According to Dunstan, your baby starts actively making communication sounds after only 4 months old. Before that, making sounds is just a basic instinct that needs to be learned. So, here's a short list of sounds that mean I'm hungry, feed me. This sound comes from your baby's sucking reflex, which is set off when their tongue touches the roof of their mouth. A is I think I'm going to burp now. When your baby says this, the extra air starts to leave their esophagus, and they try to get rid of it through their mouth. Sometimes, you get more than just a burp, if you know what I mean. Ala means I'm so sleepy and tired. When your baby yawns, they just close their lips and make this sound. Yeah is what babies say when they don't like something or feel uncomfortable. Most likely, the main reason is a bad feeling of some kind. The baby can show how they feel by moving all the time and moving their hands and feet. Yeah means I have a sore stomach, mommy, please help. As your baby stretches his or her belly and lets out air, this strange sound can turn into a moan. Don't just brush off these signs. Do something right away, because that's all the baby sounds like. You need to know feel like a baby whisperer yet. Wait, I have one more important lesson for you. The baby moves. Small babies have their own way of moving that can help you figure out what they want or how they're feeling. Let's take a look arching their backs. Parents know that babies with backs that are less than 2 months old arch a lot. Most of the time, it's just a normal way to deal with pain or colic. There are a few exceptions to this rule, though. If your baby's back arches when they eat, it means they have acid reflux. It means they're full, and if your baby is older than 2 months and still does it, it means they're full. Don't worry about it. They're just tired or upset, so they're turning their head. This is how your child calms down. You usually see it right before they go to sleep or when they're with other people. They still don't know. The good news is that you can help your baby by gently rubbing their back. This will cause them to relax right away, and they will grab their ears. This might look scary, but it's perfectly normal. Your baby is just getting to know themselves. If your baby rubs his or her ears and then cries a lot, you should go to the doctor to find out what's wrong. If your baby clenches his or her fists, it means he or she is hungry. A relaxed hand means they're full, while a tight fist means they need baby food right now. If you notice this little thing in time, it can stop them from crying when they're hungry and save you a lot of time and stress. In the first few months of your baby's life, colic and tummy pain are almost certain to happen. Your baby tries to handle it on their own by lifting their legs to get rid of the uncomfortable feelings. But any extra help you can give is more than welcome. Tummy rubs are great, but when babies hear loud noises, see bright lights, or wake up all of a sudden, they get scared and jerk their arms. This is called the startle reflex. In this case, your job is to make sure your baby is okay and comfort them. All done. That's all you need to know what your baby is thinking. Pediatricians recommend that parents talk to their babies as much as possible, show them all the things around them, explain how they work, and tell them fun stories. Even if you think they don't understand you, this constant talking will help them find their own sounds and movements to tell you what they need. Now, we should really show you what the different colors of poop and diapers mean. But, hey, we're out of time, so that we'll have to wait for another time. If you know any other ways to talk to babies, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to click subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends.